Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Eating with Eric. Today we're going to focus on toppings. All right, I'm going to make me a double POV cake, and then we're going to do a few toppings. I'm thinking I'm going to do a little fancy cookies and cream topping, one of my apple compote toppings, and a peanut butter topping, a little peanut butter cream topping. Reduced fat, of course. Of course, we can get into adding some fat into it using some real peanut butter and stuff like that. But let me get started with the apple one right quick, just to show y'all what we're gonna do, because this one takes a little longer to cook. You want to probably let it simmer for about 5 minutes. What you're gonna do is start off with some apples. I think I've got about 80 grams of chopped up, rough chopped apples. Let's chop something up. All right. I'm going to get this on the stove, get my other ingredients out and stuff, and then I'll be back. And I'll go ahead and get me a cake made up and everything. So once we start getting these toppings made, we can get them right on the cake, show you how to do some dressings and stuff like that, and get it all fancy looking for some pictures. All right, guys. What kind of cake am I going to do? I think I'm going to do a peanut butter cake. Cellucor peanut butter marshmallow cake. All right. And then we'll throw these 3 toppings on there. Be pretty good, I guess. Okay, so for the apple compote, all you do is get your fire going, right? Put on like a medium low. Have that thing going. You can throw your fruit of choice in there. Today, again, I'm using apples. But I do peaches, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, whatever, man. Whatever kind of fruit you want to do. So I've got that going on there. I'm going to let that warm up. And I'm going to kind of make it like a cinnamon apple. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it up with some cinnamon. You can hear it. You hear that? It's already going, right? And the next thing I'm going to add is some apple butter. Walden Farms. Now, even though it's apple butter and I'm using it for apples, I use this on my peaches, pears, anything really. I'll stick a few pieces in there. It's really good stuff. This is mainly what I use that apple butter for. And then I throw a little bit of that pancake syrup in there. Just a little bit. So you get that syrup nice, and the syrup's all flavored up in there. And whenever you pour it out, you get some syrup going on your cake and stuff. Makes it look good. Tastes good. That's about it. Now that I got it warmed up, I'm going to kick it back down to simmer. I'm going to put my lid on it. And that boy is just going to sit there and simmer for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so this next one, I got the apple still over there going. The next one's going to be the peanut butter cream sauce. All right, this is going to be the low-fat version. Basically, I'm going to be using some peanut flour. All right, this is from Protein Plus, I believe, is the name of the company. It's just regular old peanut flour. Solid macros on this thing for 15 grams. Which would be half a serving. It's going to be 2 fats, 4 carbs, 8 protein. So pretty good solid macro profile there. And then a serving of your fat-free cream cheese, or you can use reduced fat if you got the fats to spare or whatever. But this is 33 grams here. It's going to give me 2 carbs and 4 protein. So overall, it's going to be a nice little low macro sauce once it's done. All right, so I'm gonna stick the peanut butter in there, and immediately, it's gonna get all cakey because the peanut flour is gonna need moisture and stuff. At this point, you can do different things. You can either use like an almond milk to thin it up a little bit, which I'm gonna do a little bit of, and using 20 grams of almond milk or whatever is gonna take you a long way, and there's hardly any macros at all. I'm not even gonna count it. I just reduce something you know, later on at night that I'm using almond milk in, like some, whenever I use a cup, I'll just knock 20 grams off or whatever. If you don't want to do that, you can just use plain old water, or you'll see also I'm gonna toss in some of that pancake syrup as well. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that there almond milk. Get this going. And you notice I'm using a wood spoon, or it's like a little flat handle. It's from Pampered Chef. It's like a little wooden spreader. The reason why I like using this wood thing is because as it gets caked up like this, and I toss it in the microwave, I just leave the spoon in there and let the whole thing microwave. That way I ain't gotta worry about what macros are on the fork or whatever. You know, if I was using a fork or some other metal utensil, it just stays all on here. All right, now that I got this thing going, as you saw, I just threw some of that Walden Farms on there. That gives it a little sweet flavor. The thing with the flour is you got good macros on it, but there's no seasoning, so you're not gonna have any salt, no sugar, no sweetener at all. It's just plain old peanut flour, and that's it. So whenever you reconstitute it, you're gonna have to add some salts to it. Like if you're just making a regular old peanut butter, you'd want to add some salt, maybe a little bit of cinnamon in there for flavor, some sweetener, you know, some stevia or something. All right, I got this going good. It looks pretty good just like that. And what I'll do, I'm gonna leave it just like this because it looks legit. I might add, you see how it's not really dripping off? You see that? I'm sorry, I had it too high. You see how it's just kind of caking off? So I'm gonna add a little bit more of that pancake syrup in there. And then that's it. You know, I was thinking about adding, you can add stuff like this marshmallow dip, or if you got some fats to spare, add some. Hold on 1 second. Let me add this in there. Okay. You can add some Ready Whip in there or something to cream it up a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it simple. And this all that's in here for macros, for the most part, is 33 grams or a serving of the fat-free cream cheese and my peanut sauce. That's it. I'll throw the total macros on the page there. Man, that looks good. Got to do that taste check. Ooh-wee. That was good right there. All right, on to the next one. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Are y'all enjoying this so far? I hope so, man. I hope so. All right. So here's our last one we're going to do. It's like a little cookies and cream type topping, all right, for your POV cake. So I've got about 10 grams of my whey. I'm using the Gourmet Cookies and Cream by MTS. And I've got a half a serving, which is going to be about 24 grams of, about 23 grams of egg whites right here. All right, I'm going to mix these two together. Boom, just like that. Get this stuff going. Now, if you don't want to use egg whites, you can use like an almond milk or something just to make a sludge is basically what you're going to want to do. I don't mind a raw egg white, especially this little amount. Doesn't bother me at all. I think it gives it a nice little creaminess texture to it. That's good. And then the next thing you can do is you can either add, you want to add something creamy to it, like a Ready Whip topping. I really wouldn't use a Ready Whip, but maybe like a, you know, like a Cool Whip dessert topping you can shove in there. I keep mine in the freezer, it keeps it nice and thick. Or cream cheese, or a little bit of both. Sometimes I'll do But today I'm trying to keep my macros down. I've ran out of macros because I'm making all these dang toppings I'm going to eat. So I'm just going to stick me some of that marshmallow dip by Walden Farms in there. Give that a stir. So you can already tell. You see that? It's already looking good. But don't worry. I'm going to kick it up another notch. Now at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to decide, okay, how big is my cake? And how much topping do I want? And here you can taste it and say, that's spot on. And throw some pancake syrup in there to increase the size. Or you can say, man, you know what? I think I want that a little bit more chocolatey than it is. You know, it's got that cream, but I really don't taste that cookie in there. So I'm gonna kick it up a little notch with my chocolate Walden Farms syrup. Just a little. Everybody knows that's pretty strong chocolate syrup. And so you stick that in there. Give it a little taste. Be like, yeah. See, that right there is on fire. Put a little pancake syrup in there to thin it up a little bit and increase the volume of it. And I think we got ourselves a good topping. Now, the last thing that's going to happen is I had about 10 grams of carbs left. So when I'm pouring this on there, and we're going to do this in a little bit, I'm going to add 10 grams of my Cocoa Pebbles. Boom, give it a nice little look. All right, I'm going to get my cake out. Oh, let's go check out the apples right quick. Okay, we're over here checking out the apples, all right? Let's check them out. Be quiet, all right, because they're simmering here. Don't want to disturb them. Oh, yeah. I don't know if y'all can see that. But they're doing a nice little simmer. You see that? They look ready. Let's check it out. Yep. It's all ready. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you kind of have to time this a little bit, all right? I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. But you want to keep it hot. That's some good stuff. But you want to keep it hot, so you keep the lid on it. But you want to use it pretty quick within the next couple minutes, because if not, it's going to gel up. And when you come to open it up 3 minutes later, it's going to be all nice and hard and jelly. And you're going to have to reheat it. And once you reheat it, it comes back to life, though, so you ain't got nothing to worry about. But it's just a little pain in the butt. Okay, I'm going to go get the cake ready. We'll be back, and we'll throw these toppings on the cake. We're going to have 3 different toppings on there. It's probably going to look funny, but hey, it's gonna be tasting good. TAF. Be back in a minute. Okay, guys, we're back now. I got my cake sitting here. You see how it's cooked on the outsides, and then it slowly gets a little molten in the middle. It's been sitting here a while, so it's already starting to sink. Now I'm going to show you the 3 different ones. I'm going to go ahead and set them on here, but I'm going to show you real quick what I usually do, like if it's straight up POV style. You see how there's a little bit inside here? What I'll do is before this thing gets too cold, as soon as I took it out and I flipped it on the plate, I'll take my syrup choice. You know what, I'm going to go with chocolate. And I'm going to take my syrup choice and I'm going to stick it in here where that leftover batter is at, right? Boom. I'm going to stick it in there. See what I did? And then I'm going to mix it up. That way gives me 2 things. It kind of warms up my sauce, makes it a little bit more creamier because it's taking up all that excess stuff. But more importantly is all those leftover macros are getting used up, baby. And that's the key. It's the key to the gains. And now this, what am I going to do with it? You know, I'm just going to stick it over here on the side. Because I really didn't want to do anything with it. I just kind of wanted to show y'all what to do whenever you're making that straight up POV style cake. So I'm just going to stick it over here. Boom, okay. So all that's out there now, okay? That's what that was. Just that little bit makes that chocolate taste good. It's crazy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my apples on here before these bad boys get, oh yeah, they're perfect. See that? Well, guys, I was dressing this cake, and apparently I ran out of battery. So I'm not really sure how much I got, but I don't think I got a whole lot, which kind of sucks. But because it just looks like a big old freaking mess right now. Basically, I threw the apples on, and then I threw the peanut butter on, and it all looked good and stuff. And then I threw the cookies and cream on, and I realized you really couldn't see the Rice Krispie treats on the chocolate. And so I had a couple fats to spare, so I threw some cream on there, some ready whipped cream, and then I threw the toppings on, the little Rice Krispie treat stuff. Threw that on there, and I let it cross over to the peanut butter and junk. But as you can see what you do. I mean, you just basically pour the stuff on there and make it look all pretty, and that's about it. Now, man, that sucks. I cannot believe I ran out of freaking space. Oh, but you see how it looks. And y'all saw how to make it. That was the important part. And the shit's tasty as fuck, so I mean, it's all good. But there you go. Now to get them angles, you know what I do. I come like that. Boom. Bam. Take a picture like that. Bam. You'll see some pictures. I'm going to take some pictures of this thing, man. It looks good. Alright, I'm going to go eat this later. Oh, you know what? Before I say later, thanks for suggesting over and over for me to make these toppings videos. Alright, guys? This ain't going to be the only one I do. I'll do a whole bunch of them because, you know, I make toppings all the time. I'm always coming up with different things. So there will be other ones. I want to appreciate y'all asking me to do this. And thanks for watching. I'm glad, you know, I've got everybody out there watching these shows. Any other suggestions y'all want me to do, y'all just holler and I'll come up with something if I can. If not, I'll tell you I can't. That's just the way it's going to be. Alright? So please like this show for me. Alright? Go down there and click the like button. Alright? If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's a good channel. It's legit. And, you know, comment, subscribe, share, blah, 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 blah. Alright, guys? Later.